Monday. Mindy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Thank you, Charles.
I know, another beautiful day in Little Saigon, and we have an amazing special guest. We always have amazing special guests on our show, right?
This is incredible.
I know.
Chiang that we know through AREAA. Oh my God.
Right, the Godfather of AREAA is
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Alan. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Alan. I know you've probably done this a jillion times, but for the folks in the audience that may not know you.
Okay. Hi. Obviously, I'm Alan Chiang. I was a first-generation immigrant from Taiwan. I was born in China, and then grow in Taiwan, and come here not for study,
Wow.
not for business. It's for love.
There you go. I
beautiful.
came here for love. Okay, well.
Yeah, I met.
Look at that. There's another one already calling you right now for love.
Because
I didn't know that this is see.
Exactly, right.
So, for the first time I was coming here for meeting in East Coast. And then I landed in Hawaii because some Cancun of department store in Taiwan asked me, say, can you go to stop in Hawaii to see my store there and see if you can help me to rid off. So I went there, and the airline strike. So no flight get out, no flight get in.
Oh, wow.
So I was stuck in Hawaii, and
Oh, sorry to hear that. You're stuck in Hawaii.
yeah. So my friend was working at the department store. He's the general manager for that store. So he said, "Oh, why we just have my floor manager take you out every night and one each night." And one of the floor manager, his wife introduced some lady would go to a nightclub at night. That's how I met my wife.
Oh, beautiful.
And
Wow.
7 days later, I proposed, and she said yes.
7
Yes.
days.
7 days?
Wow, talking fast track here.
That's why he closed you so much. That's why.
Yeah, it's
That's the key.
Closes the deal. Wow.
Yeah, so that was the end of it. And then she doesn't want to go to another island from Hawaii. So we decided, let's go move to the mainland, US. So that's why we're coming here.
Which island were we talking about? Where did you go? Was it Oahu or some other island?
Why in Oahu?
Yeah,
But if you go back to Taiwan, that's another island.
right, of course.
So-
yeah, island nation.
So she said, oh, I don't want to go to another island, so we're coming.
OC.
Mm.
Awesome.
You
Yes.
see, I mean, when I was traveling back and forth from Japan to Chicago, where my father's family was, we had to stop somewhere because back then the airplanes didn't have enough gas. They had to stop. There was no nonstop to, Midwest from Japan. It was impossible. They had to stop. So where did we stop? In Hawaii. And so that was often the destination. And I spent some time there. So how was your time in Hawaii, though? You weren't there that long?
Oh yeah, no, I only stayed there. See, I told you I made a proposal in 7 days, and I only stayed there about 6 months.
Okay, so that's about how much time I spent. I did half of fourth grade or fifth grade there, and so that's
Yeah, but I did everything, try to please my wife and prove to her I can survive,
right.
and even don't go back. Which I was a very successful businessman in Taiwan, at a big manufacturing and import-export business in Taiwan.
I see. What kind of product were you? at that time?
All the women love me because I make a handbag, ladies handbag.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Yeah, we do a lot of handbag and ship to US.
Interesting.
So in 6 months in Hawaii, I did everything. I went to Swanberg to sell Swanberg, clean the warehouse for my friend, and find all kind of jobs. Sell the beach bag in a little store. There's an international road. There's a lot of little
Right.
stores.
Was it off of was it
Waikiki. Yeah.
Waikiki and Ala Moana area?
Yeah.
That area?
So did everything and proved, but Hawaii is too small for me. Not enough business.
Well, and back then it was very expensive compared to the mainland,
Mhm.
right? Right now it's kind of evened out, but before, stuff was double to triple the cost in Hawaii as it was in the mainland.
Yeah.
It was
1979 in not a Waikiki but in Pearl Ridge.
Yeah.
a 26-story building on the 5th floor, a 1-bedroom. You can sell for almost $50,000. It's a lot of money at that time.
Back then. Well, I remember this was funny numbers. Is the 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom apartment we rented? This was in 1970, I think 5. I'm
I
old.
wasn't born yet.
Anyway, your parents didn't even meet that. Anyway, it was about $140 to $150, and to compare, the same apartment in San Jose where we ended up moving from Hawaii from was only $75. So it was double the price of mainland.
Yeah,
You know?
very expensive. So that's why I was telling my wife I'm going to the LA. So she gave me 1 month. She said, okay, you can go first and go 1 month. If you can survive, then I'm coming.
Wow. Okay, so you did a little running.
I know.
It's a challenge.
That was 1980, yeah. Beginning of 1980.
That was when interest rates were what, 21% almost, and so how to survive.
I was
at that
coming
point.
here. But I didn't do real estate at that time. You know, I was very ambitious and I wanted to do business. So I import some suitcase, luggage from Taiwan manufacturing and come here and end up by self-swarming here for the suitcase, but I do wholesale. So can survive with that. So what happened is 1982, 1980, that time is booming on the .com. You know, just started. A lot of computer things, 3D. You know, the CAD and CAM 3D, that kind of. So
Yeah.
I just sent 150 resume and I got a 3 job.
50 resumes?
Oh yeah.
That's great. Easily? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
and that's not via computer. That's like
Wow.
typing.
Yeah, and I got a 3 job. All 3 is a computer job. So I got a job and got a training in the company and signed in my computer engineer.
So you were programming? What were you doing? With
No,
your
I'm a
computers?
hardware.
Oh, you were doing
Hardware.
hardware.
Yeah.
So peripheral items and stuff, right? So what, floppy
Yeah.
disks and storage media and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the big
Wow.
disk. You know.
Yeah, well, the discs were size. I don't know. You don't remember because you were
I
old.
do.
They were size of washing machines.
Yes.
Is how much a hard drive was. Probably only had like one
You
meg.
asked me to remember or ask her. She's too young.
No, she wouldn't remember, but I'm surprised. But yeah, those. I mean, you had these mainframe computers with
Yeah.
these huge things, and they probably only stored like 1 megabyte.
Yeah. So my first partner in US is a Vietnamese gentleman. It's my coworker. He said, just take a salary is not really satisfy us. Why we just open a shop to repair the hard disk
Right.
on the side? And he's very smart, really good. So we decided to do that. So we go open a store and to do that, but not even 3 months, he got another offer out of state. So he have to leave, so we have to sell the store. And nobody want to buy it that time because it's high tech, right? So nobody knows how to do that, so we have to shut down.
So
That's my first business fail.
So, but you're repairing hard drives like IBM hard drives and what is it? I can't remember.
No, I don't repair. I do my repair is CAD and CAM. You know the design.
Oh, I see
the
that
line
part.
design, and also
Gotcha.
the fiber optic. That time it's
Right.
just come out, so I
That's
was
right.
doing the fiber optic for all the aerospace.
Oh, aerospace. Yeah, aerospace, especially in Southern California.
Yeah.
Was very strong. You had Sperry, Univac, you had all these.
Yeah. So, but during the time I was like a computer engineer, I went back to school to get my degree for the engineer.
No,
But I was a law degree in China, in Taiwan.
Oh, law degree.
Yeah.
But did you practice over there in Taiwan?
Huh?
Did you practice law?
I practiced in New York City, 47th Street. But not practice. I was working for a big company as a legal department.
in-house counsel or something.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're all over.
I know
So
that's
different industry.
I don't want to usually talk in front of the camera because that tell you how old I am. But
No, but it's but I love the
better
rich history, you
to
know,
learn
from
about.
suitcases and handbags to computers to CAD design to aerospace,
Law.
law, and then
Not yet real estate.
Right,
Come on,
but
we're
so
getting
that-
there.
So then how, I mean, this is the mid 80s, right? I mean, the mid 80s and real estate started creeping up, and a lot of people from Taiwan and Japan started buying properties all cash in the mid to late 80s, right? How were you part of all that?
1980, 87, 85 to 87,
Yes.
Japanese pull out the market from Los Angeles.
That's right.
They sell everything, sell the golf course, sell the hotel, all this
high-rise buildings that
high-rise
they bought, or they lost them in foreclosure, unfortunately.
So I bought my first, because I was a very good income for an engineer, so I got my first house. Bought my first house in Cerritos,
Oh, wow.
1985. 1985, and that was 19% interest.
Yeah, still in 85 was high.
And I have no money, so what do? Is we work on with 5% down and get a owner carry
back, right?
15%
Very
and
creative.
borrow 80% from the bank, and move in the house with no furniture for 6 months until the end of the year. We got a tax return, starting go shopping the furniture, right? Get my bed, everything.
Yeah, there was no IKEA back then either.
But that's one thing I always tell my client and my people. I say, get your foot into the house, no matter what, first, and then you can start and move up or change. But if you don't get in only outside the door to look at, you never get in, because house market just keep going up.
Yeah, and even if the price is a little high, even if it's challenging, maybe the interest rate is high, people are complaining about 4% interest rates. I mean, in the mid 80s it was high.
Yeah.
Even in 1987 it was still 13, 12%.
Exactly.
Even though those started coming down, and now we're looking at 2 to 3%. Like,
My first house is 12% interest rate.
Yeah, and so so that was probably that's probably 1990,
1999.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so it went up there again.
Well, that situation also gave me a very good life experience. Trained me very good on the loan. I know in and out better than the loan processor. With the shopping around to find out what it is, and that's how things going. But since 1987, after I purchased my second house, after I changed house, I found out my agent, the attitude is not right, because he come to me with a brand new Mercedes-Benz, say, "Oh, Alan, I want to show you something. I want to show these 2 tires contributed by you."
He actually did that. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he think he's a good friend now, after 2 houses, right? So he was trying to tease me. But I think, if that's the way, then it's so easy. I can do it too,
That's right.
So I just go get a license. 1987, beginning of 1986 actually.
Yeah, so you're a double 008 or 009?
009.
Okay, just like me.
I think a little bit younger, older than you.
Yeah, but I got my license when I was a teenager. That's why.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So that's how I started my real estate.
Wow.
But I come out with real estate and joined the guy was just opened his real estate store, no agent. So I walk in and I was my first agent, and we became a partner. And then we end up in Cerritos. We have 3 offices, 180 agents that time, 1980.
So you didn't join Mike Glickman or John Douglas?
No.
Back then?
No. But my partner decided sell the store and move to Las Vegas. So I said, okay, that's time to separate. So I opened my presidential since then. So my presidential office opened 1990.
That was a tough time in real estate.
Yeah,
right?
and that time the interest rate is 9%.
Yeah, the market had already
The market is really slow. So I remember that time we have a very, very small, not like a beautiful office like this one. Well, I had an office in Cerritos. It's only 500 square foot.
And that's a 2-car garage.
I still remember first I decided to come out to do my office. I went a lot of interview with Remax, with a lot of franchise, because that time I was pretty well known in Cerritos, so people want me. Then I told my wife, I said, I really doesn't want to working for franchise. So thinking about to do my own business, Sophie was saying like, that's dangerous. She working for job all her life, right? So she feel she's safe.
Safe,
Right.
right.
So she said, okay, if that's the case you want it, okay, I'll give you $5,000 to start it. If you spend out, then you're done. If you work on, then you can continue to do it. So I started with my presentation was $5,000. You don't know how tough we are. We buy the copy machine for $10. Buy the chair, desk from part of, not all, but part of from HPTRealty.
Oh, yeah.
That time they
Oh.
bankrupt, they put all the furniture to sell.
Wow.
So $5 each. I bought some for desk.
You didn't buy anything from Mike Lickman or John Douglas at the time?
No.
Remember those guys?
I know.
Were they big in Cerritos at the time?
No, they are not.
Oh my gosh, they
They're not.
were everywhere in LA.
No, they totally not. They are in the LA side.
Right. That was just amazing. All right, so you built it from the ground up with $5,000.
Yeah, that's how I started. So I never regret, and I never feel I waste my money or time, because I built everything from scratch, and I think every penny I spend on the real estate is worth. The only thing I don't feel good is the one I was until today I was looking, and after that is the real estate agents networking, real estate agents working together as a team, and I hated working with some different level of the education or the knowledge. It's very difficult to deal with, and I feel like it's not protect the consumer. So I want to join the mainstream organization to learning, to study, to find out. So 1999,
Mm-hmm.
1999, 1 year, I got a 13 designation from AREAA,
Wow,
Wow.
you just went ahead and just.
NAR
which including the CCM, CRB, CIS, you name it, CIPS,
Wow.
everything. I spent a whole year, 11 months.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It's
A
easy
lot of
for
it.
you. You have law degree, so those are very easy. No big deal.
And
So-
1999 was an interesting year, right? You had
Uh-huh.
the .com was kind of starting to go crazy.
Yeah.
Y2K bubble, everyone was thinking it was
Yeah.
going to go crazy.
So I was very involved deeply with the local board and CAR, California Association, and NAR, National. I was really involved a lot. I spent a lot of time to learning and join the professional standard, join the education. I got my certificate for NAR Master Trainer. I can train people, and I teaching. That's all volunteer, no pay. So, but I love to do that. The reason I love to do that because I feel if I can train my co-worker or anybody in the field with the same level with me, so when we make a transaction will be much
Easier.
easy and smooth and can protect both sides of the consumer very well.
Yes.
So that way, that way I was being chased that since 1990 to now. I was just deeply involved with all the organization.
What about AREAA?
Hmm?
We know we know each other, Charles and me and you. We know each other through AREAA. What about AREAA? Are you involved big time with AREAA?
Yes,
Yes.
I do. I do involved with all these things, but the things I really want to talk about is in the real estate industry. People coming and go, and house coming and go, but the professionals and ethic and education was never going to diminish, and always been building. Just like people learning swim. Once you're learning swim, you know how to swim. Even you don't go to the water underwater for 10 years, when
Yeah,
you come back,
you
you still
learn
know
it.
how to
Well,
swim.
that education they can never take away
Yes.
from
Yeah.
you. Sometimes, maybe you're learning a language and kind of forget, but as long as you're in it and practice, and I remember in 1987 when we got our licenses. That was the first year they required the TDS 14. that was the first year that you had to take additional courses after you got your license.
Yeah.
Remember that? Those 2 extra courses. You're like, what is this? And everyone's laughing, goes, oh, we've got all these new. But, that was when the industry was trying to raise the level of education because maybe it was too easy to get a license before. And I think you're right. The education and the just the professional standards are just so important that nowadays when you're across the aisle or working with an agent that is at your same level of professional standards and things, it's so refreshing. It's like, wow. It's like you get a repair request coming back, and instead of looking at it, go, oh my God, what is this? They go, I'll see what I can do, the best I can do, and I'll present it. Why can't it be always professional instead of just drama back and forth? So I just hope some of the new licensees come in and look at it more professionally and look at higher standards.
Well, yeah, the life change, market change. And the new licensee coming because the market is so fast, and they just jump in and they start making money and start to feel like, oh, that's an easy job, that's an easy thing. They chase the transaction, chase the new car, chase the new stuff, and enjoy life, and didn't realize they want to reserve some time for themselves to building themselves to get more knowledge, to know the thing.
So
because indirectly it's helping the client too.
Yeah.
So that's always I was thinking that way, always talking. So when I see the new agent coming, I always want to either find a way to show them how the transaction to be going to be smooth and looking to different angle to see the case, because my previous broker told me you have to look in every coin have 2 sides. So the market is never going to be the same. Today's sales market, right? Hot inventory. So all the listing agents are prima donna, all this. But 6 months later, they might become a buyer's market, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, in 1989, you were king as a listing agent. In 1991, you had 50 listings and nothing was selling, So it could change really quickly. And you're right. People that had jumped in the market 3-4 years ago, they have no idea. I mean, it's just been a rise. They barely get a brochure out. The property's already sold with 30 offers, but it doesn't last forever.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have the foreclosure market come, the short sale, all over. Those you have to learn how to do.
Well, and that was when AREAA kind of came on its own, right? Because you were actually the chair when AREAA really fell in some tough times, right?
Yes, I was chair for AREAA 2009, but I was the treasurer for 2008.
Right.
These 2 years is tough.
Secretary treasurer. So you were secretary in 2007 and treasurer in 2009.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I heard, I learned a lot about you today that I never learned before. I met you through AREAA, to those networking events. I met Joe's, everybody, but especially you. Everybody usually asks me why I know AREAA, why I joined AREAA. Some people think about, maybe friends invite them in, but I invited myself. And the person indirectly invited me is you. You know that? Back in 2008,
wow.
I follow you. I looked at you, up there, and with so many great experience and education and giving back, teaching, helping. With a big brokerage, so many agents, and you are my idol, and I follow you. That's how I get into AREAA.
Wow.
Today, I want to share with you that story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would surprise me really, because 2008, 2009 is really, really tough for AREAA and
the whole industry was really tough.
Yeah, I made my commitment on 2009. I say I will never leave because I want to give back. I want to make sure that all community, all organization will be solid and as one. And just like Orange County chapter, I was the one to tell them, hey, let's form this one. So we starting to form the Orange County. And when I was the 2009 national president, we only have one chapter, Chicago. And we're starting to, my year, we got a 10. And then next year, 2010, we got another 6 or something.
So it really started rapidly growing.
Yeah. The chapter really, played a major role for the AREAA because the local chapter is really for the first line real estate agent and practitioner together.
Bring people together.
To know each other, to gain information, gain things. Before AREAA, when they come in to approach me in 2002 actually, I refused. The reason I refused, first of all, I'm very busy. Second, I had my own group in Cerritos. I formed a group called Cerritos Real Estate Professional Club. We don't talk in politics. We only get together once a month and have a dinner. Each one pay $15 for dinner, and then we invite a lawyer, CPA, everybody speaker come and talk, teach, and then they can put a table, that time we don't have internet. By the way, to let you know, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Everything is by the book, right?
Sure.
So everybody bring the flyer and go in there and put on the table, so people can sign to get a flyer.
Yeah, there's still some real estate boards that still do that. Well, back when we're back in in Arcadia and West San Gabriel, they still do in-person events. Can't wait to get back to that.
So that's how we got that. We end up, people like it, and we have all the affiliate join us, but no sponsor. We don't ask for sponsor. We don't ask money just because we want to get. So people willing to pay $15 for dinner, for lunch or dinner, and the restaurant was my client, so he's willing to. He had a big room, so willing to help us. So we did that. We end up have 400 some members.
Wow.
Just in Cerritos
For the
area.
Cerritos?
Yeah.
How do you call that group?
Called the Cerritos Real Estate Professional Group Club. So that's why that time when Alan Okamoto and Chiang come into LA to meet me and say, "Oh, want to join?" They say, "Oh, how many members you have?" He said, 2. 2 of them.
And you had 400.
And I have 400, so why don't you join me?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
He said, yeah, but you're local, we're national. I said, okay. When you really grow the national, we can really talk.
I see.
So I refused. We didn't join that. And 2005, and they call me. They say, Alan, because we know each other in CARNL already. So they say, oh, we want to do an annual convention in Long Beach, and I give you a job to do. I said, what do you want? He said, I want you bring 200 attending coming free. You don't have to pay anything, just bring them. I said, why is that? He said, oh, we tried in San Francisco, but failed, so we canceled that one. We want to do in Long Beach. See if we can bring somebody. I said, you guys both in San Francisco. How can you do it in LA, He said, okay, we depend on you. So I told him, okay. So I rent 5 buses.
5 buses. Wow.
And with my company, I have all the office. I have everybody just agent all sign in and come in with the ESCO company, loan company, everybody. 5 buses. We go to the Long Beach Convention. And my only request is free, so I only request to my agents everybody have to bring the company badge. Guess what happened? The whole event is everybody wear the badge, my company badge, nobody else.
Wow.
That was funny. And then after that, they say, well, I have we have another favor to ask you because Luong, which is that time from Texas, the CCIM legend, and he was the treasurer that year, but he had the year he can't continue, so they asked me to see if you can step in for his term for the next half year. So I stepped in. I was stuck in from there.
That was the end of that. So I had no idea that you were actually the secretary treasurer.
Oh yeah.
Don't you glad, because everybody look up to you now, and not only AREAA, I heard about not only local or national, you step out to global.
Yes.
So AREAA Global, yeah. Can you share with
Actually,
us?
2009 is my year for national chair.
National chair.
2010, I feel because I've been suffering from 2008 and 2009, I've been knocking door on all the bank, all this,
Sponsors,
I don't want to
right?
name the bank, but I knocked their door and they get me in, and that Jim Powell was me too. And they say, "Oh, come on, sit down, have a coffee." And once we sit down, they say, "First things first, if you guys come in for ask for donation, the answer is no."
Oh my God.
That's great.
So we've been running around and no money. So I was don't know how to run the organization because I was
Right.
treasurer and then I was being president. So I said, okay, I will donate myself, and I asked all the directors to donate. So that time we have 30 director, I think. Everybody donated money, chipping the things. So we're struggling, we're suffering, and we finally survived. So on the 2010, then I say, you know what? I found out all this bank and title, they had regulation, they can't support it anymore. So AREAA is mainly is education. So why we just thinking about out of the box? Let's have a education foundation, and we can ask the bank to donate their foundation money. That's a different money.
To a 504c3, right?
Every bank, even the Southern California Edison, they have this kind of money, on the side.
Right, because AREAA was a trade organization, right? It was not a charity, so. Right.
So that's why I formed this
The foundation.
But I was so busy at that time, so I asked Mr. O to help me to be a first chair on the foundation.
Right.
And he sat on the chair. He found out that's a very interesting organization. It's equal to the AREAA National. He doesn't want to leave. He sat there for 7 years.
Still
I
there.
don't want to change hands. But he did a lot of good job. We sponsored a lot of events. We raised $500,000 to Japan. So now,
Right,
that
that's
time.
a lot of great work you guys.
A lot of great things he did for the foundation. 2011, then I saw, well, we got a good hand on the foundation, but we need to also think about always raise hand to ask for money. Why we just try to make our own money to support our own area? That's how I found AREAA Global, which is the for-profit one.
So 2011?
2011, I found that one. So we're starting with the chairs and Bank of America. They both really support us a lot. So we do a lot of that time. Remember that time it's still IEO, right?
Yeah.
But
I was
2011 was the bottom of the market. That was still tough.
Yes.
At the bottom of the month,
Still
and
tough.
they still have a lot of leftover IEO property.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
really
I was busy at that time with AREAA properties.
really bad things. So they just say they can't even give to the agent to sell, so they give to us. So we have our local chapters member to go look at and try to estimate to fix up and turn around, sell, and make some profit and to support these two foundation and the global, to starting with that one. So nowadays we have 3 organizations from AREAA National, AREAA Foundation, which is 501c3, and then we have Global is a for-profit arm.
We see a lot of great stuff that Carmen is.
And Alfred Carmen, right? Is the one that.
And Charles was very supportive and helpful on the global side.
Well, it was, to me, Alan, I just thought it was the number one benefit for, membership in AREAA. Sure, there's a lot of benefits of AREAA, but I thought besides the networking possibilities that you can get, because sometimes you work for a small, not national real estate company. Once you go to the national convention, you start meeting people from all over. Now, if I get something in Hawaii, I call Rhonda. I get something in Boston, I call Tom Tron. Texas, I call, there's so many people now with that network.
I know.
But, as far as just the global aspect of it, I thought, suddenly your listings could get on a platform that could be showcased to other people around the world and vice versa. And you have special deals where you can actually get paid actual commission. Because, if you're a realtor in California, you technically can't get paid commission to do work in another state, right? It's got to be a referral basis. But if you get a referral that's the same size as a commission, what best worlds, and
Some
you
other
guys,
countries.
the Dubai trip was so memorable, so many
Yeah.
places that you've gone, and I said, I mean, that is the number one benefit of AREAA membership as far as tangible goes.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was important. We made AREAA global. I got the artwork to do the global banner. Hey, all you chapters, it's only about $100 to make your own, AREAA global banner, but it should be a separate table in almost every AREAA event, and that's what, at Tri-County we try to do, because it is such a benefit, right? It's tangible. You could see it. There's an amazing website. There's properties for sale. Because suddenly, if you're working, let's say, with a developer that maybe, hey, times are not going to be always great. Right now you have, Lennar not even putting prices on their properties, right? And saying submit. But there's a time that's not going to happen, and they're going to need help. And AREAA, the amazing organization, this global, can market your developments and stuff overseas, and you could be a part of that when you become a member. So I just
Exactly.
no brainer.
You know what? This conversation lighten me up right now. I have an idea that my office is missing a banner that say AREAA Global, AREAA Organization here. We need to have a banner here because our location is visible to people, and I need to have that. This conversation. After this, I'm gonna have it here in this location.
Well,
Thank you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Well, we'll hopefully find a trend
In-
because it really is.
To conclude this thing, I would like to say, the more you give in,
Yeah.
the more you get back, and I'm the living proof here. This morning I got our member in Orlando call me, say, the post housing has come out, which I refer a client. They bought it in China, not even coming, bought it in China, in Orlando from the builder. And after 6-7 years, just rental, she never had chance to go there. She planned to here, so she said, "Can you find somebody for me?" So I found our member. Was who's in Orlando, and everybody coming, and then end up one client, they have a group. Everybody was saying, I want to sell. So far, she got 2 for rent, 2 for listing. And she both in there. And the way I come here, I got my agent call me and say, I have a client. A long time ago, I helped them sell their land in LA. California doesn't sell. But now they have some land in Arizona. Can you find some member for me to refer to?
Right.
Arizona.
So I said, sure. You know what? Hottest market today is Arizona, and especially the land.
And it's
People
a hot
don't
state
realize
too.
that because in Taiwan, the TSM and Korean Samsung, they both looking to land in Arizona to find they're building
For distribution or manufacturing?
TSM is a semiconductor.
Right, semiconductor.
They are the one support Apple, support Tesla, all these chips. So they're going to build like 100 factory there, not only one factory, because semiconductor you won't have a whole time. So the Kurt was calling me the other day saying, this company here crazy, are they real? I said, yeah, they're real. Say now the Samsung also going there, and they are looking for land. Think about this. I'm going to have this hot referral to the Arizona, and 2 weeks ago I referred one to Tim in Atlanta. Tim said, boss, anybody you send, I will treat as a VIP. So I told my agent to refer, and they found out, gosh, they do a VIP treatment for them. The client's happy, the agent's happy. But what did this result from I was involved with AREAA? It's not that I was recruiting for AREAA, but I'm saying the more you give in, the more you come back.
Yes.
The more you study, the more you come back. My CCIM 20 years ago, I got one deal after I got my PIN, which is 6 units in Arcadia, referral from Hawaii, and I sold it in 1 day.
Sorry to hear that.
That's why I followed your step. I got my CCA in here too.
Yeah.
But it's so true, right? Like if someone comes here and say, "Hey, Charles, we have somebody that's looking for this," and I'm just going to tell them everything I know, and if I'm not the perfect person for it, I will find somebody and make sure that the handoff is taken care of. And and make sure and follow, even stay in the loop to help and make sure that happens, because we want us to be treated like we want to be treated ourselves. So if we send a client over to another state, I sent something over to Karen over in New Jersey for a client in New York, and it was it was a large requirement square footage wise, but it was only small and temporary until they got their main warehouse. But she was very happy to just, only because it came from another AREAA member, she spent time and prioritized it. So, the people in the AREAA network are amazing. And,
Yes.
to send something to Tim and Helen, or to send somebody in Orlando or whoever, we've got, this network in AREAA is amazing. People that you will meet, and they actually do deals.
Yeah. That's why my goal for AREAA Global, actually we already started, to build a very heavy database for our member with their picture, background, business area, and specialty and contact information. We're going to build this database and for our member to do referral, so you don't have to be on the Facebook and say, I got a client want to refer to.
It's like a free for all, right?
Idaho, and everybody recommend.
Yeah.
People will talk, and I saw a lot of generosity, a lot of nice members say, "Oh, go looking for this," but then I looking, yes, but they are in San Fernando Valley, and you refer Mission Viejo, that's.
Yeah, they don't know.
They were local, they don't know, right?
Right.
So, but if we have this heavily database, people can really.
Platform, right.
Yeah. In a sense, I think a lot of people.
Yeah, they say, I want a Mandarin speaking. They say, oh, in Arizona. So, oh, Kurt, I say, what? Kurt doesn't even speak Japanese.
No, it is funny, right? But, a lot of times, a lot of people post because, who do you want to refer to? People that refer back, right? So when you see people posting, oh, hey, this person's giving out referrals, I want to refer to them. So it creates visibility, but you're right, it can be definitely perfected.
Yeah.
Alan, where do you see AREAA in 2030? Let's go 8 years.
My philosophy, any group or organization can last for 10 years, they will last. That's first thing.
Yeah.
Second, with all this good heart and energetic, like Mindy, all these members are starting to come in. Once they understand the whole game, play the rule, then I think they can do much better and faster, easy, because they are very in the computer age, and computers are not like a dinosaur like us. We're still in the book.
The MLS books. Right?
Yeah. But
what
we
is
got
an
to learn
MLS
from
book
Godfather too. It has been from the roots.
Yeah, carbon paper on
I know.
the car, right? Presenting offers in person. How about that?
Yeah, and writing the client's name on the back of the business card and put it on the listing side, so that way nobody will take the listing agent will honor my client.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's funny tricks and stuff, but yeah, it is. And it's really. I don't think the people aspect will change, right? That'll still be.
2030, I always say the NAR is a need-based organization. AREAA is a want-based organization. We wanted to be together. We wanted to get better. We wanted to. So as long as we have a lot of the nice member, hard working, and have warm heart, this group will be grow together.
Yeah. Warm heart, I like that.
Yeah.
The more you give, the more you have things to give. That's what I learned.
Yes.
Right.
That's right. The more you give, the more you get back.
Oh yeah.
But it's so true. And that's the purpose of that. Sometimes in networking forum, like I said, people like to give to people that give, right? So
Yeah.
those are those people. Well, Mindy, maybe Alan's not part of HPTRealty, most amazing, largest Vietnamese-owned real estate company here in Little Saigon, but he is our dear friend.
Yeah.
And AREAA members for life.
Like you said, Godfather in real estate, RER and presidential brokerage offices.
That's right.
Oh my God, the person that I follow since then, 2008. That year when I opened up my office, 2008.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Amazing.
Well, you're young, and generally, go for it. I was thinking that. Let's say when I was his age,
Yeah.
I had a 13 office all the way to Cupertino.
Wow, all the way up to San Jose area.
Yeah, all the way to Cupertino, and I like I said, I stand up from 5,000, so I don't regret it. I went there, I tried, I built up, and then I just decided to close. I don't want to leave something to sell somebody, and they feel like they screw up, and then they will feel like Alan Chiang.
So you're up in Cupertino too. I started actually my real estate career in Saratoga, Los Gatos up there. So
okay.
That's where I got my first thing. That was a tough market there, but it's different from here. But Alan, you're here. We love that. Thank you for coming by and visiting, and it's great to learn. I mean, I've known you for a while now, and I didn't know half the stuff that you were talking about.
We'd love
Suitcases
to have
and handbags and computer peripherals. I grew up in Silicon Valley area, so I saw all these little companies coming up. I'm sure you're familiar with. But real estate is, of course, all of our love, and AREAA is where a place that we can give back. So I appreciate you coming by.
Really honored to coming here to talking with your show, and I think this is a really good show. And I look in the view your YouTube the show. I like it, and I think it's much better than Charles' own show.
That's all right. Yeah, we have one. Yeah, we're trying to be funny in mine, but anyway. So again, Alan, thank you so much for stopping by and visiting. And
it's my pleasure.
Yeah, it's great to have you. All right, well that wraps up. Anything else to add?
We continue next week with many more episodes. Hopefully, we'll bring you
anytime.
back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
anytime.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on Mindy's Manic Monday. Another glorious day here in Little Saigon, and we'll leave you back to get back to work and do some real estate. Again, thank you very much, Alan.
Beautiful
Okay.
Monday.
Take care, guys.
Okay. Thank you.